Hey guys, welcome back to day 14. That's 2 weeks in on hashtag Poevember 25. That's Poevember, the Edgar Allan Poe themed month-long challenge I host every November. This is the second year. I'm very excited. Looking forward to next year. I already started thinking about that and what I'm going to do for that. I'm not going to talk about that right now. What am I going to talk about? I don't actually know. The prompt for day 14 is puppet. And for today, I'm going to make a very simple sort of moving pop-up type feature because I'm trying to sort of emulate what it looks like when you have a marionette on string, like a puppet on strings, without actually putting in a bunch of strings. I thought about it, and I thought about it really long and really hard, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to like joint up one of these characters and put some some strings behind it and make it like something you could manipulate like a marionette. But I also was like, you have so little time to get this stuff done. How can you recreate this without stressing yourself out with the amount of work that would take? I have done it before, something very similar before for Oddtober, I think the first year that I collabed with April on it. I did a puppet, yes, because we were still at the house, yes. So that I did it then, so you could go back into the way, way long ago, like 5 years ago. Was it 5 years? Holy cow, time is an illusion. Yeah, I made a manipulatable, jointed sort of puppet, and I didn't even do the whole body. I just did like the leg and the arm, and that was a lot of work. And to do a full page of a puppet that's like movable and all the things, it would be a lot. So I didn't want to do that, and so I didn't. So instead I made a pop-up that's like a very simple, just sort of moving feature to sort of animate the page like puppetry. That was the thought process here. And then here's where I'm struggling with the color matching again, because I wanted to use this mouth with the girl as the tongue in it as a sort of stand-in for like the voiceless natures of puppets, and how we can also use puppetry to express our voices. I think about these when I do them. I do. Sometimes it's a little bit of that, like, YOLO, just sort of slap something down and see what happens, and you'll get those, like, the general vibe. But for the most part, I really think about, like, what I put on these pages, and I want stuff to sort of tie in and work together. Like, this eyeball piece in particular was, like, the eyes on the puppets, and then the crow was going to be, like, an echo of the crow piece that I end up using. Like, there's a lot of intention behind the stuff that I make, and I think that's, like, one of the things that's really important to me as a creator, is that the stuff that I put together looks intentional. I hate stuff that doesn't look like you did it on purpose. Not that I'm, like, anti-randomness. That's not the thing that I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that even in, like, the random occurrences, I want it to look like purposeful, like I meant to put things down, things are where they're supposed to be. Even if I make mistakes, I want it to look at the end like everything was put down with some sort of thought or care behind it. I don't like just putting things on the pages for just like whatever. And I know that that's like a thing for myself. Other people craft differently, so like it's up to you how you do that. But like if you want an example of what happens when I just sort of put stuff together, go back to day 9 where I did stars. And I had an idea, and then I threw that out the window to just sort of put something together because I had a new die that I wanted to try out, and then it bit me in the butt from start to finish. And that's why I like to make sure that the stuff that I'm doing is intentional and on purpose when I'm doing it, so that by the end of it I'm not mad at the thing that I have created, much like Victor von Frankenstein, where I am ashamed of my creation. Also, just on the subject of Frankenstein, that I've said it, have you guys seen the new one? I have not re-upped my Netflix subscription. I usually like bankroll a bunch of stuff like that I need to watch, and then I get it for like a month or two, and then like I shut it off because they keep raising the price by large dollar amounts every single year, multiple times a year, sort of in the way that Disney is now doing. And now I'm debating whether or not I'm keeping my Disney subscription, but my Disney subscription covers HBO Max and Hulu as well. So I watch a lot of Hulu, so I'm a little bit loath to turn that off. I actually watch more Hulu than Disney, which is surprising. But I backlog a lot of stuff to watch on Netflix because I just sort of refuse to pay the Netflix price all the time. It's just not reasonable. Especially since they keep canceling stuff I like. Every time I like something, it gets canceled, so I'm like over it already. I'm really over like how Netflix does things, and I don't understand their thought process because they'll be like, "Oh, we have the best critically acclaimed show of the year. It's getting all these awards. It's getting all these things. It's canceled. It's canceled because for whatever reason we decided not to put money into it, and yet somehow, we're making stuff like The Summer I Turned Pretty, and like I don't know." I can't even think of anything good. The Summer I Turned Pretty is just because I watched a video about it. I don't really have any feelings about The Summer I Turned Pretty, guys. Just that I know that it's not great, and people are watching it in an ironic sort of way from all the reviews I've seen. But my point is, if you've seen the Netflix Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro, words are really hard and I'm really tired now. I can tell because I'm getting punchy. If you've seen that one and you liked it, let me know because I'm very curious. I've already read a couple reviews about it. Where like aesthetically it is very pleasing, but in actuality not so much. So I'm curious as to what people think about it. I have not watched it myself yet. It doesn't. It's. I feel like it's not going to be what I want it to be. I guess we could say that. So yeah, but that's going to be it for me. I think this is almost over. I will say I go back and back that little word snippet that I added in there so that it doesn't catch on the edge of the pocket. So definitely make sure that you back it if you're doing something similar so it doesn't catch on the edge. But yeah, I love how this came out. I think it's really fun. I think it captures the puppetry of it all. And that's going to be it for me for this one, guys. I will catch you tomorrow for the next edition of Poevember. That's hashtag Poevember25. And until then, guys, I appreciate your faces. Happy crafting and goodbye.